think I found myself a new obsession. Well, hi again, my name is still Master Fots, back again with another review of sorts. So, I went to the cinemas this weekend. What movie did I watch? Top Gun Maverick. Of all movies, I chose the movie with cool fighter planes and Tom Cruise smothered all over it. But now you're probably asking, Frederick, are you seriously a guy that likes fighter jets and war and all that stuff? And so that I can say, yes, I do. And I mean, jets have always been cool. I mean, what more can I say? So, what do I think about this movie? Well, to understand this movie, you probably got to look at the original from 1986, starring Tom Cruise, and Kelly McGillis. Now, if you haven't watched the movie, it's pretty simple. Tom Cruise plays a Navy pilot, whose name is Pete Mitchell, or Maverick, where he is with his wingman, Goose. I don't actually remember his name, but his call sign is Goose. They are some of the best pilots in the whole Navy, so they get called out to a top secret plane fighting school, which is known as Top Gun. And then it's just a movie about, well, fighter planes, the Russians, making love to Kelly McGillis, and so much more. But it does fall short of the follow-up. And now you're probably thinking, Frederick, are you seriously one who enjoys sequels of a movie that was 36 years in the making? Yes, I did. Well, now we probably gotta get into this mess. So, well, again, the movie is starring Tom Cruise. And I mean, what more can I say? He's 60 years old and he's still pumping out movies. But that's why so many people love him. I mean, he's 60 years old and he still does his own stunts. I mean, have you even seen a Mission Impossible movie? I mean, he learned to hold his breath for 6 seconds. He's a commercial. He actually flew that helicopter. But now I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Top Gun Maverick from 2022. Is this movie better than the original? Yes, but let's get into this plot. Well, we still follow the story of, well, Pete Mitchell, Maverick, who has been in the Navy for nearly 30 years now, and is still mourning over the death of Goose. Spoiler alert, he dies. But yeah, well, then he like jumps on his motorcycle and fucking sprints over to a secret facility where they are keeping a supersonic plane, which is known as the Dark Star, a supersonic jet with the goal of reaching Mach 10. He then gets set up in that motherfucker, flies Mach 10, and then thinks, I need to push this a little bit farther. He then shoves his gas throttle lever in full gas, and it fucking zooms. And after that, we kind of get introduced to the new Top Gun, because now there's a secret mission, just like in the last movie. But last movie was all about shooting down some MiGs, which are actually American F-5 planes, which has been painted black. So, what is this newfound mission? Well, a rogue nation somewhere in the world is beginning to develop nuclear weapons. And because this is America, baby, we can't have that. So, Maverick is set as an instructor for the new coming of new Top Gun graduates. Some of the best pilots in the world colliding against each other to try to train for this mission. Now, some of these characters are new to the series. I mean, we have some pilots with cool nicknames like Phoenix, Fanboy, Cougar, Hangman, and then there's Bob. Bob is special. But we also have Rooster, the kid of Goose, who has been flying like his father did, but he hasn't actually gotten the opportunity to get to this sort of level before because his mother is very scared. His mom was very scared of, well, him losing his life. And sort of, yeah. Then there's some cool action scenes where they fly in F-18 Super Hornets around, training, and, well, it completely goes smoothly. Well, I'm not kidding. Of course, I'm not. I'm not making that shit up. It's a Tom Cruise movie. But because Maverick is falling short on time, he then gets grounded, which means he can't fly anymore. But of course, he's Maverick, so he steals that son of a bitch and fucking goes. This section is a part of a training course, which is a simulation of what mission there will be. Because this uranium enrichment facility is dab smack in a big canyon in the mountains, so they have to make like speedy as fuck to get through a narrow canyon without going over 600 feet above the ground, because then they will get intercepted by SAM or surface to air missiles. And he does that, and then the leader of that fighter wing goes like, I have two options. Either I let you train them with the possibility of all pilots getting home safely, or I ground you. So what else but Maverick is back in the front seat, and now it's time for the mission. So they head in 4 planes with Maverick leading the way with Rooster as his wingman. They do the mission, but sadly Tom Cruise is shot down and lands in a remote snowy field somewhere. Rooster then sees his plane go down and decides, fuck the orders. He then turns around, flies an attack helicopter that was attacking Maverick, gets shot down by another SAM missile. They both meet up, and then they have a little fight and a little squabble about what they should do. Then they remember, when they flew in, some Tomahawk cruise missiles were cruising through them and hitting an enemy airfield, where they were keeping Su-57s, which is the fifth gen Russian stealth fighter. Now, I'm not saying this movie is with the Russians in mind, but it's a rogue nation. And, of course, an F-14 Tomcat, the original plane from the original movie. With Maverick, who still, after 30 years since flying that son of a bitch, gets in the cockpit and then commands Rooster to do certain things, like make sure the fuel pressure is all right, and then they go out on the taxiway and take off. And then they get intercepted by 2 Su-57s. With no other option, Maverick and Rooster take on a 5th gen fighter jets from the last decade in an F-16, F-14. Fuck. I screwed around in fighter planes. I mean, I named 3 planes in less than 10 seconds. Aren't I good? But they then, in a dogfight ensues with guns and missiles flying everywhere, and shafts, of course, because you gotta stay safe. And then, they take out the 2 first Su-57s, and then they suddenly see an Su-57 right in front of them, without any missiles or guns left. Maverick suddenly pulls back on the control panel, pointing his plane in a nearly vertical position, with Rooster crying out for help because, they don't even have any chaffs left. And if you don't know, chaffs are like an aluminium ball at about this size, which is stored in an aircraft for anti-missile preventions. And luckily, another flyer, Allied plane was in the air. Hey man, he saves their ass. He flies back to the carrier, and then the theme from the original movie plays, and suddenly the movie is over. I just summarized about 2.5 hours worth of movie in about 5 minutes time. So, what is my views in this movie? It's great. I love it. I love its absolute bits. I mean, the writing, the characters, and also the soundtrack. I mean, if you've been on TikTok for the last few months or so, you've probably heard I Ain't Worried by One Republic or the Great Balls of Fire cover Miles Teller, the actor of Rooster, did. I mean, it's been everywhere, man, because this movie is so goddamn popular. But they also managed to bring some things back, which wasn't in the original movie. I mean, in the first movie, Tom Cruise is Maverick is in a kind of relationship with an instructor played by Kelly McGillis, who is called Charlie. And it's just like if we like say a well-ended relationship is like this, then they are like this. It doesn't work. But then they bring back another character who was only named about 3 times in the original movie, which name is Penny Benjamin, who Maverick have had an actual relationship with, and they like get along. I mean, they just it's a better form of romance than it was in the first movie. And also, there's also one thing I would like to touch upon before we let it off, is that this movie is Maverick. He is still traumatized by the death of his former best friend, who has been known for almost all his flying career. I mean, he was his radio man, and Maverick was there when he died because they suddenly get in the first movie they get in like a flat spin, which is like where if this is the front, this is the back of the plane, they begin falling down out of the sky. They decide to eject like with the catapult seats. Goose pulls on the levers, the canopy flies up, and then, their seats follow suit. Goose sadly hits the top of the canopy with his bare head, and he's dead on impact. And that ghost of Goose still haunts Maverick. And I mean, he's still confronting it. He can't let go of the ghost of Goose, because he still thinks it's his fault, which it wasn't. And I mean, he's still afraid that Rooster is also going to die, which he luckily doesn't, but he still can't let go of that ghost. So, yeah, it's actually also pretty dark. But that was a quite quick resume on Top Gun Maverick. Did I enjoy the movie? Yes, I did. What do I rank it out of 10? About 9.5. It's the best movie experience I've had to date. Speaking of which, I went to the cinemas to watch this with my dad. And the surround sound does a whole different thing. I mean, like, you can hear a jet coming from this side, and then you see it pass through the screen, and you hear it like... It's amazing. I would highly recommend this movie. But, anyways, that was a quick rant from me. Not a rant, but a review about a movie that has been 36 years in the making and is the first cruise movie to gain over $1 billion in box office sales. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys later.